Hello and welcome to the Creative Cow Show. Today, Creative Cow meets with Bob Caniglia, the Director of Sales Operations at Blackmagic Design. Bob will be answering our questions about the new Blackmagic Cloud Store Mini, a device that offers amazingly fast storage functions for post-production houses and remote editors. Hello, Bob. It's fabulous to meet you.
Hello. Thanks for having us today on the show. Great to meet you.
Now, Bob, would you like to introduce the Blackmagic Cloud Store Mini to the Creative Cow audience?
Sure. So the Cloud Store Mini is one of a couple of different cloud storage products that we make. Now, the name cloud is a little bit different in this case. The cloud being the name that we're using because you can actually share files through the cloud, either using Dropbox or Gmail with DaVinci Resolve 18. Now, the thing about the Cloud Store products is that we designed the storage so that it was easy to set up. So there's a setup utility app that gets you going. And, because there's a lot of people that edit that aren't necessarily IT people. So this kind of helps there. And, we built really fast storage and that was the whole idea. The DaVinci software works with our Blackmagic Cloud service, which is different. That actually just houses the DaVinci Resolve project libraries. And the storage component is not necessary to use that. It's a separate thing, and the storage works with any files. But we designed it to streamline the DaVinci Resolve workflow.
So it seems like the Cloud Store Mini kind of hits this sweet spot for mid-sized, smaller editing shops and remote production editing. So did Blackmagic have these folks in mind when designing this storage device? Because it's not too large or expensive. It's kind of just right.
Right. So we built three different models. So we brought the bring your own storage cloud store pod, so that you plug in a couple of SSD drives and you have a 10 gig output, and there you go. We also, the Cloud Store Mini, as you say, is right there in the sweet spot for people that small little post house. Maybe they only need a few people connected, but they want really fast storage so that they're not hindered when they're doing post production. But also what we're finding is that some of the larger facilities that are sending people to work at home are sending them home with one of these because they know that they're going to get good results. So it does hit that sweet spot in the middle, but we're getting fringes on both sides of that, which is typical of what we do with all of our products.
Bob, how was the Cloud Store Mini specifically designed for DaVinci Resolve projects?
So it's really it's designed to be fast. So we're using NVMe drives. We wanted to build really fast storage because it's funny. I worked at DaVinci before Blackmagic bought it. I came over almost 13 years ago now. And years ago, people would say they would say that the DaVinci is slow, and it's like, well, it's usually the storage that's slow, right? The storage. If you have slow storage, you get poor performance. That doesn't work for anybody. So we really wanted to build fast storage that people could use to share projects through the collaborative workflow in Resolve, but also just to have good fast storage so that they get great playback when they're playing back files and editing or color grading or visual effects in Fusion or Fairlight Audio or any of the other tools that are in the DaVinci Resolve suite.
So even though the Cloud Store and the Cloud Store Mini are designed specifically with DaVinci Resolve project collaborations in mind, the Cloud Store Mini is going to be quite useful for other NLEs, correct?
Absolutely. You can put any files on it. It's just storage, right? But yeah, we designed it to be fast storage for the post-production business. Whether you use Resolve or not really is immaterial, but it does work well with Resolve because of the other tools that we have with our sharing of projects in the Blackmagic Cloud.
I hear from other users that the Cloud Store Mini is just as fast at full capacity, so all 8 terabytes, while other RAID zeros see some bottleneck on large transfers. Now, what did Blackmagic do to achieve this, if you're allowed to say?
Well, I don't think that it's a huge secret other than that, we wanted to build the storage with the headroom, right, that you need to do that. So that is really the idea, is that our idea was we would pick the number in terms of terabytes that we knew you could fill it to, but still get the same performance that you expect from the first files that go on it. And that is really the desired result for anybody that's working, because nobody wants to say, oh, what percentage are we at? Now, fortunately, we do have our HDMI output of the products that show you how full your storage is and how many people are accessing it. So you could keep an eye on it. But at the end of the day, if it's full, you're still going to get the same results that you were looking for in terms of speed. You'll just run out of room to store something, obviously, at the end. But the idea is that we wanted it to be fast from start to finish, just another touch of Blackmagic in there.
Very amazing and exciting. Thank you so much, Bob, for coming onto the Creative Cow Show today.
Thanks. Hope to come back again soon.